This is Chris Lee of Southeastern 14, presented by Stakes. Week 1 is underway in SEC football. Here to talk about it this morning as the SEC landed 2 Thursday night wins, both blowouts, which was not entirely unexpected. Let's start with Tennessee and Ball State, and then we'll end with Missouri and Louisiana Tech. Shout out to my partner Blake for calling this one. He said Tennessee would win easily. I was not really in doubt about that. I thought that maybe the Vols defensively could have a little bit of leakage, and you could see some garbage time things happening where maybe Ball State cut into that spread. No, Tennessee went out and just got this one early. Set the tone 23 seconds in. A pick, and then a Hendon Hooker to Jalen Hyatt pass. I think that was 23 yards for a score, or about 20 yards. In any case, Tennessee takes a 7-0 lead 23 seconds in despite kicking off. And really, this game was never in doubt. Tennessee leads 38-0 at half. I thought offensively, and Ball State's not very good and not very good on defense, but openers can be tricky. You can be sloppy. You can have turnovers. I thought Tennessee did a really good job of just playing sharp, which is not always easy when you run offense as fast as Tennessee runs. I thought Hendon Hooker was pretty good. Tennessee had one turnover that came in the final 5 minutes and led to a Ball State field goal. 6 penalties for 48 yards. It's not great, but I think in an opener where you're a big favorite, it's acceptable. Receiving core looked deep. I think 10 guys caught balls. Tennessee ran the ball respectably with Jalen Wright and Jabari Small. And I thought Tennessee's secondary played really well. It set the tempo early with that pick. Didn't leave a lot of guys wide open all night that I saw. I know Ball State is rebuilding offensively, but 4.9 yards per play allowed by Tennessee, that's pretty respectable. I don't care who you're playing in an opener, especially one where you are ahead so much so fast that it's easy to let your foot off the gas. But Tennessee wins this one going away. 59-10 was the final. Had a little bit of an eye on the backyard brawl while I was watching the end of this one in Missouri. That is West Virginia and Pitt. And the reason I did is because Pitt and Tennessee are playing next week. Pitt won a really close game with a big play in the last minute, or maybe a big call, I should say. It wasn't a bad call, but certainly a call that got overturned that preserved a win. So was looking to see how Tennessee looked in this one. Did it look sharp? Was the defense a little bit better? Could it get guys rested for Pitt? Really, the Vols, I thought, checked all the boxes there. Okay, Missouri and Louisiana Tech. Missouri covered. I think the spread was 20.5. I wasn't sure if Missouri would do that because of its defense, which is where I had a lot of questions. But Missouri took control of this one really in the second quarter, 24 points in that quarter. And I think that my biggest takeaway in this one, and we spoke about this going in, I wanted to see, is Missouri's defense better? And you may say, well, Louisiana Tech isn't a great barometer. No, it's not. But Missouri's defense a year ago was not good against even bad teams. And Missouri allowed 5.1 yards per play, and I think more importantly, less than half a yard per rush. Now, Missouri's rush defense last year was almost historically bad most of the season. I thought their defensive line looked much, much better and just really owned the line of scrimmage. And really that 5.1 or yards per play, Louisiana Tech had pass plays, I think, of 65 and 72 that really sort of wrecked that number. When Missouri was not giving up two huge plays, I thought that defense was really, really good. Several guys popped to me. Tyron Hopper, their linebacker, 6 tackles, 2 for loss, and a pick. And I think Eli Drinkwitz talked after the game about how good he was. I thought Joseph Charleston, who was a safety transfer from Clemson, really looked good in that game. He makes Missouri's defense easily better. I thought their secondary was really good. In fact, they really set the tone early with 3 interceptions in the first half. And really, once you get picked 3 times in the first half, you're probably not going to win a ball game, which is exactly what happened. Offensively, Missouri ran 50 of 80 snaps. which I guess wasn't a surprise since it's played with the lead most of the night. Cody Schrader, who was the guy that led D2 in rushing a year ago, was really good, or was okay in this game, I guess is a good way to put it. He looks like their lead back, or was last night at least. 17 carries, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. I think they like the way he picks up blitzes and does other things. I thought Nathaniel Pete, who transferred from Stanford, looked like their best back, though. He goes 8 carries, 72 yards, and 1 score, and looked pretty good. He's got a little bit of quickness to him. Their quarterback, Brady Cook, was solid. Cook is a really good story. Grew up a Missouri fan. Really wanted this job badly, and I thought was good. Not great, but good. He was 18 of 27, 201 yards, and I think 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The pick was not his fault. That was on Luther Burden. I'll get to that in just a minute. And he ran pretty well, too. I think he was 7 carries for 61 yards and a score. So anyway, Brady Cook did what Missouri needed Brady Cook to do on Thursday night. Last guy I want to talk about, Luther Burden, the top receiver in the country coming in as a recruit. The numbers were not eye-popping. I think he rushed for 26 yards and caught passes for 17, and again was the cause of Missouri's 1 pick. But man, that kid's physical. They lined him up inside the 5, inside the 10, got him the ball from the tailback position. He just is so powerful. It's rare to see a receiver as physical as he is, as young as he is. But Luther Burden has obvious physical gifts that I think were on display last night. Again, the stat line, not eye-popping, but if you watch Luther Burden, you could really see what it was that people are excited about. Okay, shout out to our sponsor, Stakes. You can predict sports, build your track record, and earn digital trophies. Get your predictions on the record. You can predict anything in the game for free. See how you measure up against fans and influencers. Flex your wins. You can broadcast your takes to our community of sports fans with just a few taps on your phone. And you can earn credibility. You can build the public perceptions track record by winning competitions and earning NFT trophies for making the perfect call. Go to playwithstakes, that's STAKES.com/14. Sign up, use the invite code Southeastern14, get a double welcome bonus. Well, we've got, I think, 11 games on Saturday. We'll be covering all those, and then a big Monday night game between LSU and Florida State. We will have some content up on Saturday and maybe Sunday. We're still working through how we're going to do live or maybe not live reactions to games, but we want to try to get you some content on Saturday. So be looking for that on our channel. Best way to do that, punch that subscribe button. We're going to have content pretty much every day during football season, and basketball content will be starting really soon as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. Again, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you again this weekend.